The wind carried a gentle chill as Ilara trudged down the dirt path toward the stream. Her simple linen dress swayed against her legs, a contrast to the golden sun that painted the fields around her. The stream was a place of exile, not peace, a punishment, not a refuge. For years her stepmother had found reasons to send her away, and this morning's excuse had been a chipped porcelain teacup. It didn't matter that the crack had been there long before Ilara's hand touched it. "Off you go," her stepmother had snapped, tossing a small sack of provisions at her feet. "You've ruined another thing. Don't come back until the sun sets." Ilara had long stopped fighting back. At 16, her voice meant little, and her position as the youngest and least wanted member of the household meant less. The stream, however, had become familiar, a place where the world forgot her, and she, in turn, forgot it. As she neared the water's edge, she noticed an unusual stillness in the air. The stream, usually a cheerful babble of life, lay unnaturally calm, reflecting the blue of the sky like a mirror. A glimmer caught her eye, a flash of something golden beneath the surface. Curious, she crouched down, leaning over the water. Before she could blink, a hand shot out of the stream and grabbed her wrist. Ilara gasped, her body frozen with shock. The hand was warm and strong, yet the skin shimmered unnaturally, like the sunlight had been absorbed into it. She tried to pull away, but the grip held firm. "Do not be afraid," a voice said, deep and commanding. The water rippled as a figure emerged, a young man, his hair the colour of spun gold, his eyes like twin suns. He wore a cloak of silver scales that shimmered, even as droplets cascaded off him. There was something otherworldly about him, something both beautiful and terrifying. Who are you?" Ilara stammered, her voice trembling. The man tilted his head, studying her with an intensity that made her skin prickle. "I am Prince Kale of the River Realm," he said, "and you have been chosen." Ilara blinked, her mind struggling to process his words. "Chosen for what? I didn't—" "You saved me," he interrupted, his voice softening. Her mind raced back to distant memories of her childhood, of splashing in this very stream before her stepmother's reign of terror had begun. She vaguely recalled pulling something from the water, a fish caught in a tangle of reeds. But surely that wasn't what he meant. Kale seemed to read her confusion. "It was no ordinary fish you saved," he said. "You freed me from a curse, though I was too weak to thank you then. I owe you a debt, Ilara, and today I intend to repay it." Ilara shook her head. "You must have the wrong person. I'm no one special, just a girl." Kale's gaze softened, but there was a determination in his eyes that left no room for doubt. "You are more than you know," he said. "Come with me and I will show you." Before she could protest, the prince pulled her forward, and the water rose around them in a swirl of light and magic. The world dissolved into a cascade of colours, and Ilara felt herself falling, not into darkness, but into something far more extraordinary, a world where her fate would intertwine with the prince's, and her life would never be the same. Let me know if you'd like me to expand on this or develop specific parts of the story.